declawed the Bearcat, taken out the dumpster fire, and pulverized the faces of Carter J. Collins and Sean Collier.
My friend.
Do you really think we're gonna let some homeless himbo with more beer than blood in his body and this? You are but a speed bump. All the Murphy addicts know that tonight, Joe Murphy is going to demolish Jack Pollock and take his place at the top of 880 Wrestling. We're going for the gold after this, baby. Going down.
So some guy named John, via Chris LaRusso, has Joe Murphy taking on Jack Pollock this evening. And Marcus, you know Pollock better than I do.
Yeah, this isn't good for Joe Murphy. Look, Joe Murphy has done a lot, especially in the last couple months, to try and make a name for himself here in 880 Wrestling. And look, if you're going to make yourself an icon in this industry here at 880, you take on the hardcore icon. But this is not a Jack Pollock that's here to have fun. He was here for Chris LaRusso.
And to your point, Marcus, I'm sure he sees Chris LaRusso's face all over Joe Murphy's face. And here we go. So whatever Pollock had in store for LaRusso, Joe Murphy, you better watch out. And whoever Chris LaRusso is, I don't know. He shouldn't cross those doors ever again.
Todd, I was going to ask you, is Chris LaRusso's face an improvement on Joe Murphy's face?
That's a great question. Maybe level. Level.
We got a one-man Joe chant.
Some guy named John has been getting Joe Murphy. We're listening to the crowd. Some guy named John has been getting Joe Murphy into some trouble.
Yeah, look, Toddy, for me, it's the unearned confidence of Joe Murphy. It's not that I don't think Joe Murphy could be a great wrestler. It's just he's got too much unearned confidence. When you look at a guy like Jack Pollock, you look at the over-decade career, the opponents that he's taken in, the wars he's fought against, the names are endless. And Joe Murphy just feels like he's already on that level. It's unearned.
Some guy named John helped, whatever some guy named John wants to say, to get Joe Murphy away from Carter J. Collins. And from what I understand, Carter J. Collins is never going to be seen in 880 Wrestling again, and that has to do with some guy.
Well, and that's a true shame.
Yeah.
Carter J. Collins, also someone who's just trying to find his way. And as Toddy, we've talked about 880 Wrestling, it's definitely a place where people can find a home.
Yeah.
And Carter was trying to find a home here, and what Joe Murphy and some guy named John did is absolutely ludicrous. What they did to Sean Collier is absolutely ludicrous. Big chop in the corner.
Not big enough.
Celebrations for Joe Murphy. Glad to see Joe Murphy tanned for the event.
Yeah, right. Do you hear him, Joe?
It's, again, Jack Pollock was slammed through a ring, and I'm talking through the wooden ring by Wardlow, and this guy thinks he's going to go toe-to-toe, chop for chop with Jack Pollock?
We shall see, shan't we?
Come on!
But some guy named John and Joe Murphy are calling themselves Buddies Incorporated. And from what I understand, I was slipped a note here, that song they were singing is available on iTunes shortly.
It shouldn't be.
We got to come up with something. You and I.
I'm going to have to. I don't know if I can actually get it for a copyright strike, but I should just to get it off. Oh no, Joe Murphy!
Oh, is Joe Murphy old enough to drink? Well, he is tonight in there with Jack Pollock.
That's not the first person Jack Pollock has given the first beer to.
Bounce against the ropes here. Coming back through. Oh, big fez press. Pounding away is Jack Pollock. Crowd behind him. Fury behind his eyes.
Like, I'm surprised that Jack Pollock is taking it as easy on Joe Murphy as he is, to be honest with you.
Reversal back, grabbed onto the ropes. Jack Pollock centering himself, tripping Joe Murphy. Joe Murphy draped across that second rope.
Is Jack Pollock going to go for a 619?
What the heck is this about? Slipping out of that ring.
Okay. See, that might be what we call a 4-1-2.
Oh, I don't know about this. Some guy named John have a beer to the skull. Courtesy the Pittsburgh hardcore icon.
If I give some guy named John a little bit of advice that I've experienced in my life, is maybe don't argue with Jack Pollock while he's drinking.
That could be true. Now this is spilled, no pun intended, out to the outside. Jack Pollock working Joe Murphy against the side of the ring here. Dottie block is filled up tonight. We pulled the ring out a little bit. We have people on all sides tonight.
Look out.
Oh, big slap there.
Jack Pollock not a particular chops guy. You don't see Jack Pollock throw a lot of chops. Not in his forte, more of a punch kick guy, not a chops thrower, but Joe Murphy started it, so Jack Pollock wants to finish it.
Speaking about finish it, I think that's his third one he has finished.
Oh, just chop the ring post.
Joe Murphy pointing to that brain of his, the smarts of that. Oh, working on that right hand, throwing against the side of the turnbuckle there.
That's the best move Joe Murphy's done all night, which is just getting out of the way.
Yeah, that beer drinking hand might be injured.
Yeah, Pollock, like he said, he was so interested in taking out Chris LaRusso that he's a little over-aggressive, chopped the ring post, and now he might have a broken hand.
Back into the ring is Joe Murphy, and again, later on this evening, MV Young versus Gannon Jones Jr.
Talk about a main event.
Right? Oh!
And that's not even our main event for the evening. We'll get to that later, but talk about 880 wrestling. Every match could be a main event. You got a main eventer in Jack Pollock struggling with his hand, trying to get that wrist brace off. He's trying to get it some space, get some blood into it.
And I'm sure when Chris LaRusso was helping out Joe Murphy, as Joe Murphy, I'm sure, is showing some sadistic side that was injected by Chris LaRusso, working on the hand, working on the wrist of Jack Pollock. Now, how fair is this? All Pollock wanted to do was have Chris LaRusso one-on-one in this ring, and he can't get that match.
No, he can't get it for whatever reason. And now some guy named John. Look, I've done that before. Look, it's you got to help your buddy.
You've done some dastardly things in your time.
There's not a person that I didn't choke for Jack Pollock. I get it. That's your best friend. And they are best friends, and they're supporting each other, and that's just part of it. It's not good because Jack Pollock will punch you.
Against the ropes here. Oh, big back elbow. Joe Murphy sends Jack Pollock down. Is looking for the cover here. A bit slow to the cover. That kind of hurts him there a bit. Just a 2 count.
And that's an experience. You got to know when you got a guy like Jack Pollock, you got to get to those covers quicker and quicker and quicker. If you got a chance to beat Jack Pollock, you have to take it.
And of course, tonight we will see the 4th line defending the tag team championships against the Dangerous Knights crew this week. They were on the Wrestling Mayhem show. 2. Just a 2 count, so you'll see them a bit later on.
Yeah, flatliner from Joe Murphy. Only a 2 count, and that's what I mean about Jack Pollock. When you have a chance to beat a guy like Jack Pollock, you have to do it.
Take any opportunity.
He's got 2nd and 3rd gas tanks. He's got more energy deep down inside than anyone I know.
Now, I have a question for you. Dare I say, Marcus, what if Joe Murphy's able to upset Jack Pollock tonight?
Well, it would be the biggest win of Joe Murphy's career, and I think it would be the biggest upset in Jack Pollock's career, to be honest with you.
And some guy named John's career, too.
Yeah, wild swing and a miss.
Up and down, huh? Here
Is that
comes
rock
the cover.
bottom?
Yeah, a version of it. 2. What? Well, no kidding.
Well, is that a disqualification? Should be.
Oh.
You can't hit a referee.
Some guy named John, you just might have messed with the wrong guy. And Jack Pollock is off here against some guy named John.
Well, he can run around the ring now. He's got more room.
Oh, goodness. Oh, he's got him by his hair. Tear that out, Jack Pollock. This is for Sean Collier and what John did. Oh, goodness. Didn't get all of it, but he looks like he got enough.
Wait a minute.
What?
last count from some guy named John, and it's still a 2.
The Chris LaRusso plan has been spoiled this whole time. Some guy named John and Joe Murphy can't get the job done against Jack
and now
Pollock.
our referee, allegedly, is getting a chair. That's not alleged. Clearly, you can see that there's evidence of that.
Some evidence, not legitimate.
But and now Joe Murphy
eyeing up that chair. Oh, bounces against the ropes. I think that chair hit him in the front of the forehead.
Oh no, he's jacking up.
He's getting all jacked up, and some guy says no.
Well, he's trying to defend his friend. Look, I have been there. I have been this guy, and let me tell you, some guy named John, it does not end well.
Oh, you're messing with the wrong beer drinker, John. Or is he? Oh! Kind of saw that one coming.
Yeah.
Dump him out of here. That's for Sean Collier and all of us at 880 Wrestling.
Looking for a little soul polish.
It's getting all jacked up. Boom! Ring him up.
Count to 100.
Your winner of the match, Pittsburgh's hardcore icon, Jack Pollock.
Jack Pollock, your friend Marcus, victorious over the dastardly deeds of some guy named John and Joe Murphy and the plan that Chris LaRusso put together.
Well, Chris LaRusso had a plan, and it was a good one in Chris LaRusso.
Well, hello, friends. I'm your pal in the mainstream media.
And I'm the Riz.
And, you know, Riz, it takes years of strenuous, dedicated training before you're worthy to step inside a professional wrestling ring. But it takes even more time to develop complex, highly astute opinions about professional wrestling. Am I right?
That is correct. And you know where we can find that?
Yes.
On the Wrestling Man.
That's right.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.